So this is now my third attempt at filming this video. First time, it wasn't recording, it was just taking pictures of me, random. Second time, I was recording and then it ran out of space. So now the third time, fingers crossed, everything runs smoothly. So, as the title says, Beauty Blender versus the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. So I'll read you guys what I saw online about the Miracle Complexion Sponge by Real Techniques. So this is, they advertise this for your base flawless Miracle Complexion Sponge. Optimize your beauty routine with this 3-in-1 multifunctional sponge. Rounded size, blend large areas of the face with a repeated dabbing or stippling motion. Precision tip covers blemishes and imperfections. Flat edge for contours around the eyes. Its versatile design evenly blends makeup for a smooth, enhanced finish. I also took some notes on the things I want to mention, so if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. So, here we go again. So the first difference that you may notice between these two sponges, if you can see, is this one, if you can see, has a flat side as opposed to being completely round. Where this one, people say it's shaped like an egg, but really does an egg look like that? An egg is not tapered, that tapered at the top. Or is it? I don't think so. No, I don't know. I'm sounding a little ditzy right now. But yeah, so the shape is a little different. I don't eat eggs a lot, so I just can't really remember. Okay, so one of the first major differences you'll notice between these two is, of course, the color. One's pink, one's like a light orange, but also is the shape. So this Beauty Blender. I thought I was gonna say the wrong thing. The Beauty Blender has a round bottom and a tapered top, and the tapered is kind of like a rounded taper. The Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge has a flat side, if you can see that. Flat side, flat on one side, a little rounded on the other, and then the other side is tapered as well, but I feel like this one has a bit more of a point than the Beauty Blender, so it's a bit more precise. Another thing is the size. The Beauty Blender is a bit smaller than the Real Techniques sponge. I would say this one is probably about the size of an egg, where this one's a bit smaller than an egg. Another major difference is the price. Now, back when I bought the Beauty Blender, which was several years ago, not only could you only get it online, but you had to get the pack with 2 in them. You couldn't get them individually. Now you can get them individually at Sephora. So, which is really great. But I think, I'm not completely sure because it was a few years ago, I think I paid like over $20, no less than $20, but I think it was over $20 that I paid for my double pack of the Beauty Blender. The Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, $6. So, huge difference in the price. And I purchased mine at Ulta, Sephora and online, Ulta and online. $20 plus, $6. Another difference is the packaging. So the double pack that I got for the Beauty Blender came in this packaging where it has this inside part that comes out, and you'll see it has like a opening there. So you can just put the Beauty Blender in there to dry overnight. The Real Techniques sponge, the container or the packaging that it comes in is not reusable. So what I like to do is just put it in the Beauty Blender container and let it dry. Speaking of drying, another difference is the Beauty Blender, if you use it and leave it out overnight, by the morning it'll be dry. The Miracle Complexion Sponge, if you leave it out overnight to dry in the morning, it still feels a bit damp. And I think that is because if you feel the squishability, that's probably not even a word, but if you squish them, you'll notice that the Beauty Blender it's a bit more squishable and the material feels lighter. Whereas the Miracle Complexion Sponge, it's squishable, like it's soft, but I think it's a bit more dense. So the material is a bit thicker. So that's probably why it takes a couple days to dry as opposed to just overnight. So I don't know if that's something that matters to you guys, but I like the fact that the Beauty Blender dries quicker. So this is the size of them when they are dry. When they're wet, of course, you know, the Beauty Blender gets bigger, and so does the Miracle Complexion Sponge. They both get bigger. I don't think this gets, this gets bigger, but I think the Beauty Blender gets dramatically bigger, whereas this one gets bigger but not dramatically bigger, which is probably because this one is already bigger just when it's dry. So depending on what you want to use it for will determine which one you like better. So personally, I think that I like the Beauty Blender better when it's wet, and I like the Miracle Complexion Sponge, it's a tongue twister, Miracle Complexion Sponge, better when it's dry. So this one, because it has this flat top, there's a couple things I like to use it for. So I can use it to just kind of blend out my makeup, just kind of press it into the skin. You can do that with it wet or dry. I like to use the flat side to kind of press it into the skin with no product on it to make sure that all my makeup is blended well. I also like to use it dry, to use the flat top to put like a highlighting powder. So I like to use the Ben Nye powder, and this flat top just perfectly kind of goes in the powder, and then I just pat it on under my eyes, and then I brush away the excess, and that works. That's a really good use for it. Beauty Blender, I don't know if it would be as precise with the dry product just because the way that it's shaped, but as far as using it wet for your foundation, one of the big things with the Beauty Blender is that you bounce it onto your skin, which with the Miracle Complexion Sponge, you could bounce it onto your skin with the sides, or you could kind of roll it onto your skin, but I think that the Beauty Blender is better for the whole bouncing technique with a liquid foundation. Another thing I think the Beauty Blender would be good for is for like a cream foundation wet, because it allows you to add that extra moisture to your skin. Like right now my skin's really dry, even though I have super oily skin, which I mention in almost every video. If you use this wet with a cream foundation, I think that it just adds some extra hydration to your skin, and just the fact that you can bounce it and add that extra hydration works really well. What else can I say? I would say that the precision tips are a little bit different as well. I think I mentioned that this one has a bit more of a rounded tip, and this is more of a pointy tip. So this will be more precise. Like if you have a little blemish or something you want to get, blend in or whatever, this one would be like more exact on those little areas. This one would be good too, but this one is like more exact. As far as which one is better, I think it really just depends on what you're using it for. Like I said, this one is great for bouncing that foundation onto your skin, blending little areas out, for using it wet. And this one I like to use dry. So of course the price is a huge difference, but if you are able to buy both, I would say get both, because like I said, they have different uses, they have different shapes, but you can use them for different things. So I like to use this one for dry products, and I like to use this one for wet products. If you have to choose which one to get, obviously this one is $6. It's really good quality. You can get it at Ulta, and keep in mind, if you get it at Ulta and you use one of those $3.50 off of 10 coupons, this is $6. Throw something else as a couple dollars in there, and you're getting two for practically the price of one, which is great. So yeah, if you had to pick, or you're kind of like, tight on money, or just think it's stupid to spend the price that this costs on a sponge, I would totally get this one. Like, you can't really go wrong with this one. It's good quality. It has multi-uses. It gives a good finish. It's great. Another thing that's really good if you get both, or if you just get one, is that it can totally replace, if you have to go on vacation or go away, bringing a bunch of different sponges, because you can just get everything you need out of this one sponge, or even more out of two sponges, which is great. So yeah, like I said, I don't really have a favorite. I would say get both if you can. If not, pick one. You can't really go wrong with either one that you choose. They're both really great sponges. This is the first dupe that I've tried for the Beauty Blender, just because I think that some products you can find a good dupe, but I think that all the dupes that have come out for the Beauty Blender just haven't been all that great. But I do really like Real Techniques brushes, so I was really excited when I found out that they came out with a sponge, and I like the fact that it has that flat side, because I do like to kind of press my makeup in to certain areas, which yes, you could try to do with this, but the fact that this is a flat side just makes it a whole lot easier. And I think I've pretty much touched on all the areas that I've noticed of differences between these two pretty cool sponges. If you guys have any pointers or tips on different things that you use either one of these sponges for, I would love for you guys to let me know. If you have a favorite and you want to share that with me, that'd be great also. Leave it in the comment box below. If you have any questions, let me know. Thumbs up this video. Hopefully you liked it. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel so I can continue to bring you more videos. I've been trying a lot of different products lately, so I'll probably have a significant amount of reviews for you guys to, you know, see. I mean, I know I'm somebody that loves to look at reviews of products before I purchase them. So I'm going to try to do a lot of different reviews for you guys. And I think that's it. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you later.